Good afternoon, and I'd like to call the regularly scheduled meeting of the Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission to order. Could we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Scarpetian?
Here.
Khan?
Here.
Patrick?
Here.
Sharkey?
Here.
President Rotfogel.
Here.
The agenda for the May 21st, 2012 meeting was posted on the bulletin board outside City Hall on Tuesday, May 15, 2012. Item 2, introductions and presentations, and we don't have any this month. Item 3, commission staff comments.
Do you have anything? Because they've told me they're going to talk a long time. So.
Let them talk.
I have a short comment, if I may.
You
Certainly.
may. Get it while you
Mine is a
get
short
it while
one.
you can.
Well, I had the pleasure to have a site visit of River Rock project with Mr. Tatevosyan, and that's I just wanted to mention to the public that it's a great project and it's coming along really fast nowadays, and I think it will be a great asset for our community. I hadn't seen it before that. It's just awesome. I mean, you can't tell that it's there by driving. All these freeways goes on top of the overpasses and different freeways connecting at the same spot. But it's a great project, and it's coming up soon. So look for it and use it very soon, hopefully in the future. So that's my comment for today, and I'm anxiously waiting.
I also went on that tour, and it is going to be a great project, and what's really going to be exciting is once the bridge is built over to the Griffith Park bike path and for the bicyclists, and then also the bridge for the equestrian, it's really going to be a super addition to our parks.
Right.
Ladies, who's going first?
Okay, I'll go first. I do want to say we did go on the
Yes.
Riverwalk tour, and it was so amazing to see what we've been watching in PowerPoint, see it come to life. So it was a great tour.
It's a very exciting
Yeah.
project, so it's going to be great.
So, our Verdugo Mountains 10K hike and trail run was a huge success, just a huge success. So you want to start. We had, it was put on by the City of Glendale Community Services and Parks to benefit the Glendale Parks and Open Space Foundation. Online, we had 615 registered, and then on the day of, we had even more, so we had well over 600 participants who conquered the mountain. It was 6.2 miles up at an elevation of 1,700 feet, and we had runners from Modesto to San Diego. And we also had news coverage, great news coverage by the news press and KABC, so as seen on TV. What?
That
Is
last
that
picture,
Commissioner's?
Khan?
No, you didn't.
You see me in the way back.
Really. And so, okay, you can see how happy everybody was. We just gave you a few shots here so you can see how happy. Go ahead. And does anyone recognize this cute? We had, the oldest runner was 77, and our youngest participant is only, 7 months old, right? And her mom's here today at Parks. Gabrielle Golia. Golia. Oh, Golia, I'm sorry. Is that a great shot? So that was our youngest participant. And go ahead. And, oh, look who this is.
That's my nephew.
This is Commissioner Patrick's nephew, and this is how he looked after
Yes,
the race.
He's already run the race, and he looks like he just walked around the block.
Other participants, go ahead. Other participants were our police captain, Carl Provolitis, our city clerk, Artie. Everybody knows Artie. And is Moses here? Cabrillo was one of ours. And this young lady came in first in 2 categories. That's Lily Hernandez, and she lives in Glendale. So that was pretty exciting.
Which categories do you remember?
She was first in women's and first in Glendale. We had a women's and men's Glendale, and then a men and women's finalists.
What was her time?
Oh, I don't have it in front of me. I don't know what her time was.
All the times of the winners were less than an hour.
Really? Wow.
Yes, I just remember sitting there thinking, oh my goodness.
And that's another, I don't know whether he was first or second or third. First, I thought he was first. I thought I recognized him. So, of course, that's me, and are we? Oh, this was our booths. We had booths set up, and over to the left-hand side is the stage. And it was just a great event. Even our sponsors said that some of them have signed up for next year. Everyone had just a terrific time. And, there's Shant. He's on our foundation. He's on the right-hand side. He was in charge of food, so we had for the runners afterwards. And we even had food trucks there with gourmet food trucks. Go ahead. And there's our Director of Parks, our mayor, and Mark Sturdivant. So is that it? I think that's it for our slides. So all in all, it was a great day. We thank
The three of them run?
Only Jess, our Parks Director. But thanks to Community Services and Parks Department for putting it on, and I hope we can do it again next year.
And I get to do the thank yous. It was a fabulous day. The weather was perfect for running or for doing registration, in my case. It was just a great day, and I do have some special thank yous. I want to thank Mark Sturdivant, Norma.
Can we go by her married name now?
I still call her Valles.
Okay,
Valles.
Norma Valles, Chris Peplow, Bill O'Hearn, and Sean Toro from the Parks Department all helped out that day. And I also want to thank my own personal awards assistant, Carla Fajardo, who helped me hand the awards to President Sharkey, who then handed them to the winners. I also want to thank Charlie Marco, who knows everything about putting on races and really made this all possible. We had lots and lots of volunteers that day. When you were looking at the pictures, they were the ones in the yellow T-shirts. The Glendale Parks and Open Space Foundation Board volunteered that day. We had Kiwanis Key Clubs there. We had police explorers. We had scout troops there. So we really had a lot of volunteer help, and we couldn't do that without them. And I wanted to mention just a couple of sponsors. We had a lot of great sponsors, and thank you to every single one of them for sponsoring us and making this day possible. But I particularly want to thank Glendale Memorial Hospital and Health Center, who was our presenting sponsor, the gas company, the Glendale and the Jewel City Kiwanis Clubs, the Northwest Glendale Homeowners Association, Bonner's Equipment Rentals, Orthopedic and Sports Surgeons of the Foothills. All of these people gave us money and helped us put this event on and make a profit so that the Parks and Open Space Foundation can support parks and open spaces. So thank you, everybody, for making this such a great event, and I hope everyone will be there next year. Thanks to those of you that participated with your babies, and it was wonderful.
Cute babies.
Thanks.
Now, you said it was a very successful event.
Yes.
How successful was it?
Mark Sturdivant is on vacation, so we do not have final numbers yet. But
see.
it was.
Is that how we got to go
We
on
did
vacation?
very well. We did very well, and I think the most important. There was just everybody was just so happy. The kids were cheering, and when the mayor was driving over at 7 a.m, he said, "I can't imagine anybody being here. I can't imagine." And then whole Brand Park came to life. So in that way, we made a lot of people happy.
Very good. Very nice.
It's always Rodney, show me the money.
Well, one thing for sure, and I would normally have agreed with the mayor on that, but the people that are runners are used to getting up and running early in the day, so I'm sure it was a great event, and I'll try and volunteer next year.
Thank you.
Because I won't be running, but I would be happy to volunteer.
We do have training classes. So.
Yeah. And then I just wanted to mention an event that's going on, start on June 2nd, put on by Safe Place. It's called Quest for a Cause. We're starting and ending at the Adult Recreation Center, but we're also highlighting many of the parks in the historic parks in Glendale. And what the quest is we call it a scavenger hunt, but it's more of a, get to know your city, kind of thing. You'll get a list of clues with different places, and, for instance, if the Elks was one of the places where a clue would be set, we might ask you, when was the Elks founded in Glendale? Because there's a plaque out in front that says 1917. And you write that down, you bring back your answers, and there will be door prizes at the end. It's a great event. It's $20 for adults, $10 for children or youth. Children under 12 are free. And it starts June 2nd at 9:30, lunch at noon at the Adult Recreation Center. It's a great event.
Sounds
This is
like
also our second year. Anybody else? Jess?
Yes, President Rothvogel, we do have a staff announcement regarding the opening of our 2012 aquatics program. So I'm going to have Gabrielle Agolia give you a report, a very brief report.
Good afternoon, President Rothvogel, members of the Commission. I've distributed our summer Glendale wrap-up to everyone, and that's available to the public online on our website, which is www.parks.ci.glendale.ca.us. This is our summer brochure for all of the programs. We've distributed this to the elementary schools, so every child in Glendale Unified School District has received this. It includes our day camps, our sports programs, and our recreation classes, and also our aquatics program. And our grand opening for the aquatics program is this Saturday at Pacific Community Pool at 11 a.m. We will have recreation swim this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and we will be open every day from here on until Labor Day weekend. And customers, anyone who's interested in finding out about the Glendale Aquatics program, can look at our website, www.glendaleaquatics.com, and it has all of our lesson schedules, recreation swim, lap swim, drop-in exercise, and aqua Zumba classes. Thank you.
Any questions? Just one. This is a little bit earlier than we had talked originally about opening, as I recall, correct?
We've always planned on opening Pacific Pool Memorial Day weekend, so we're opening it for.
right, it's
It is Memorial Day. It snuck up on us.
Yeah.
So it is opening this weekend, and the high school pools have traditionally opened when school gets out for the school district, which is a little bit later, and that may be what we have discussed in the past as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
President Rob Fogel, members of the Commission, if I may, I want to thank those commissioners who attended the River Walk, and for the benefit of our community watching that project, we're hoping will come to fruition towards the early part of fall, at least the phased one of the project. And we have received Measure R grant money for the phase 2 and the design portion of Phase 3. The Phase 3 is the bridge that you were referring to, Mr. President, and Phase 2 basically connects there's a bridge involved connecting Phase 1 and Phase 2 and taking us all the way down to the Verdugo Wash. I wanted to say that because of the Brown Act limitations, we had individual tours or 2 at a time. So if anyone's watching, we didn't have to do a Brown Act notice, just we had individual tours. However, if the public's interested, we're happy to coordinate small tour as well. We also had the pleasure of the Arts and Culture President, Armen Kevanyan, join us on a tour, and he was also excited. As you may recall, we had taken this project to the Arts and Culture Commission, same time that we presented the arts component to you. So that commission is also very excited about having this project coming to fruition and be available for the public. So again, thank you for your time, and John Pearson, our project manager, has been doing an amazing job keeping this project on track. Thank you again.
As all the project managers do.
As all the project managers do in our department.
We've got
Thank
some
you.
great employees.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, what is next?
Item 5, consent items. 5A, approval of the minutes of the Commission special meeting held on April 16, 2012.
Is there a motion
I'll make a motion
to accept?
to
And
accept, yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Can we have roll call, please?
Sure. Commissioner Scarpetian.
I'm going to abstain since I wasn't here.
Khan.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Sharkey.
Yes.
President Rottfogel.
Yes. And even though I have no cards for oral communications, I think we have to read it into the...
That's correct. Thank you very much. I skipped item 4. That's oral communications, and I don't have any cards either. And now item 6, business agenda. 6A action item. 6A1, election of officers. At A, president.
Okay, and this is where you take over, I believe?
That's correct. The business before the Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission is the selection of a new president. I will now entertain nominations for that office. Commissioner Rottfogel.
I would like to nominate Commissioner Patrick.
I'll second it.
Are there any further nominations for the office of president? Okay. We have 2 nominations for Commissioner Patrick. Hearing no further nominations, I'll proceed to the roll call. Commissioner Garpetian?
Yes.
Khan?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Sharkey?
Yes.
Rottfogel.
Yes.
I now declare Commissioner Patrick the duly elected president of the Glendale Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission. Madam President, the task before you now is to open the floor for nominations for secretary.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate your
Congratulations.
faith in my ability to lead the commission, and I'm excited about doing that. You look like you're ready to move.
I am ready to move. Whenever you are.
I'm welcoming you to move.
Okay. Let's trade places, Steve, and then we'll do the secretary.
Absolutely. I was tired of sitting next to him anyway.
Good for you.
Terrible.
I'm bringing my water.
Okay, I'll take mine. Very good.
And my purse is over there.
I'll keep that.
Oh, this is a different view. This is the first time I've sat in any chair other than that one. Okay, so the business before the Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission is now the selection of the new secretary. So I will entertain nominations for that office.
Rodney, you haven't been secretary, have you?
No,
No, I have not.
but he's been president.
I've been president.
But can you be secretary?
I don't know, it's a special, takes a special skill.
Would you like to
Well,
nominate?
I'd like to nominate.
I'll second that.
Okay. We have a nomination of Commissioner Khan. Are there other nominations? Okay, so in that case, hearing no further nominations, we will proceed to the roll call.
Commissioner Garpetian?
Yes.
Khan?
Yes.
Rottfogel?
Yes,
Sharkey?
Yes.
President Patrick?
Yes.
I now declare Commissioner Khan the duly elected secretary of the Glendale Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission.
I'd like to thank you all for your support. I'm not sure what it does.
keep
but
it
thank
under
you.
control, would you,
Thank you
please?
very much.
That was my job when I was sitting there. It's your turn.
Can you sign your name?
Yes.
Okay, I think you can handle this. All right, so we will move on to the next item.
Item 682, motion to note and file a report regarding sponsorship opportunities for cruise night.
Fran.
President Patrick, if I may make a few comments before Mr. Ferris gives you the report on this item. As you all know, beginning in 2010, Cruise Night had been funded with the use of redevelopment funds, and since the dissolution of the redevelopment agency in January, there were some questions as to whether we would be able to continue to have Cruise Night in Glendale. Of course, Cruise Night is one of our few signature events in our community. Cruise Night, the cost for the traditional Cruise Night was up to between $90,000 and $100,000. We did make a report to the City Council on April 17th. Mr. Ferris worked with the Cruise Night Committee on a scaled-down version of Cruise Night. So on the 17th, we went before the Council and requested approval of the scaled-down version and the appropriation of general funds to continue Cruise Night. And so we are happy to report that the Council approved our recommendation, and so Mr. Ferris is here to give you more background on that and also to highlight our sponsorship program for any companies interested in helping us to sponsor cruise night and offset the city's costs. Mr. Ferris?
President Patrick has a nice ring.
Easier to
Commissioners,
say.
city staff, Ross Ferris, Community Services Manager, Community Services and Parks Department. As Director Duran said, the City Council has approved a scaled-down version of our cruise night event. What that means is that the entertainment is being changed. It's being scaled down. Instead of big-name entertainment, we're going to have either 2 tribute groups or a disc jockey to play old music, older records. The main stage will be our own stage, the park stage that we have. We will no longer bring in a commercial stage, and the commercial sound company, we will not use a commercial sound company. We will use our own sound system. We have also taken the event and shortened it by 1 block. It's going to be 4 blocks instead of 5 blocks. That saves on logistical help, police help, barricades, that type of thing. And we have also changed the format a little bit. We will have a complimentary bag for each of the car owners that brings their car, but we will not put a cruise night T-shirt in it. That in itself saves $5,000. So we have done a number of things to literally reduce the event's expense by about 70%. The one thing that we have not done is we have continued to look for sponsors. This is a very effective, cost-effective way for a company to promote their business or their product, because we do have 40 or 50,000 people at cruise night. And even with our scaled-down event, we will continue to have that number of people, because we still have the marketing and promotional expertise of Brian Byrne. He already has the radio stations, 5 radio stations, committed to being at cruise night. K-Earth Radio will broadcast all day in front of the Alex, as they have in the past. We have a number of sponsors, and we're going to talk a little bit about the sponsor levels already. And we have both cash and in-kind sponsors. So what we're talking about here today is a sponsorship opportunity where a company, business, or group can sponsor cruise night at various levels. We have a $50,000 level. That's a naming sponsor, where the name of the sponsor would bring you cruise night. They get a variety of benefits, including if they have a trailer or a lot of displays, we'll take a whole side street, Wilson, from the brand to Maryland, and let them use that to promote their business. We have a $25,000 level, which is a presented by type sponsor, and they will be able to participate in all press releases. They'll be named. They'll be on the stage banner. They'll be on the flyers, etc. Then we have platinum sponsors at $10,000, gold sponsors at $5,000, and silver sponsors at $1,500. Each of those levels includes their logos being used on flyers and banners. They get a booth on the Brand Boulevard, and they get to participate in this event that is the biggest draw of the year. This is the biggest event Glendale has to draw people to the downtown area. We have sent out almost 30 sponsor packages in the last month. Remember now, April 17th, this is May 20th, So it's been exactly a month, and the council approved the funds. So in that month, we've had a lot of catching up to do. We normally start planning this event in February. We could do nothing until we knew whether we could have an event. And we have sent out just about 30 sponsor packages. We've got some good response. We've had several $5,000 sponsors sign up so far. We've had several $1,500 sponsors sign up so far. And we have the in-kind sponsorship, which is literally worth tens of thousands of dollars from the radio stations and the media people. So I'm pleased at what's happened. I'm extremely pleased that the event is going to continue with the support of our director and the council. This is an event that is a family event. It's a fun event. It's free to the public. It's on July 21st from 5:30 to 10:30 on Brand Boulevard between Milford and Broadway. I'm open to questions if you have any.
Questions?
I do.
Sharkey?
The car registration, is that the same? Will that be the same to enter your car?
The car registration, the fee, we increased it by $5.
Okay.
It's $35 instead of $30. Any individual with a pre-1979 car can register their car. They can download the entry form from the website, our city website, or they can call the customer service office at 818-548-2184, and we'll be happy to mail them an entry fee, or they can come in to the Civic Auditorium where the customer service office is located, and we'll give them an entry fee. And by the way, we have 113 cars signed up as of today.
Wow.
That's within the first month. So we have good response.
It's a fun night. And who's in charge of the music? Who will, you said local. Does that mean, I know you mentioned a disc jockey, but does that mean Glendale or just Southern California?
It's Southern California.
Uh-huh.
If any Glendale groups would like to participate, at the fee of really zero,
Right.
we'd be happy to entertain that.
Okay.
We do have two tribute groups. The Beach Boys, Surf and Safari is one tribute group. A tribute group obviously is a cover group for the original
Right.
band, and the other covers the Creedence Clearwater Revival. But we will be happy to entertain other groups that would like to perform. The main stage is going to be at Wilson and Brand. Now, those of you that have attended Cruise Night for a while, used to be there. Hasn't been there for about 5 or 6 years, but it was there for the first 10 years of the event. So, and it works well. That enables us to shorten the event by one block, and also accommodate about the same number of cars and still have the main stage in the middle of the event. Yes.
Mayor Rothvogel?
How many cars will we be able to have?
450.
And how many T-shirts do you need if someone was going to donate them?
450, one for each goodie bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other questions? Commissioner Khan?
A couple things. One, I like the idea of the sponsorships. To me, that makes a lot of sense, especially nowadays. How did you come up with the levels, though, in terms of first time out of the gate coming up with these numbers?
The scaled down event is $42,000. So I thought, okay, if we can get one sponsor at $50,000, they have paid for the event. If we get two sponsors at $25,000, that pays for the event. 5 sponsors at $10,000, that pays for the event, and so forth.
So that was the logic behind
Yes.
the numbers coming up. Okay.
I just took the cost of the event and tried to equate the different levels based upon how many companies or groups would go ahead and donate that amount of money.
And so you've been seeing a lot of the gold level sponsors, which is
Yes.
the 5,000?
Yes.
Not so much the ones above it?
Right. And that makes sense, I mean, in this economy. However, we do have one company, I will not name them because they haven't committed yet, that is interested in a higher level. So we'll see. And we're actively pursuing the auto dealers and other groups to participate.
Commissioner, Garpetian.
Yes, thank you. Mine is more of a comment than a question. I want to congratulate you and thank you for hosting the same event for almost half the price, because I'm one of the biggest fans of the cruise night, and we attend every year. I bring my kids, and I think the cars are the biggest draws. The music is good. If you have a top-notch band or you have a local band, I think the music is part of it, but the biggest part is the cars.
True.
And we come there for the cars and for the food. We come in and chow mein, we eat, we have a good time, and we stay there until the end. And the number of cars you said you had 135 signed up already?
113.
113. So we still have another 300 to go.
Yes. And typically, we get an influx of cars when we first send out the entry forms, which we've had, although we have a few more this year than we've had in the past. Then they come in pretty steady throughout the month of June. But then at the end of June, everybody waits till the last minute. That's human nature. They pour in. So I'm confident that we'll have, I'll go out on a limb here, 400 cars at least.
And does it make any difference as to when they register to, is it like a first come, first served basis as to where they're going to be on the
No, well, it does. There's one thing that does change. The numbering, we have two entry points. One entry point is at Orange and Milford. That is numbers 1 through 225. Those numbers will come in and go south on Brand Boulevard. So they will be on the west side of the street. The other entry point is at Broadway and Brand. They come in and go north, so they'll be on the east side of the street. Other than that, you're parking beside the person you enter with. So it's first come, first served that way.
That's quite a sight, watching all the cars come in.
What time do they come in?
They begin coming in at 3 p.m. All cars have to be parked by 5 p.m. The event starts at 5:30.
2 hours, they come, 400 cars will be parked.
Parking 400 cars in 2 hours is no easy feat.
Right.
Believe me.
Okay, great.
Great event.
Thank you.
Commissioner Sharkey.
I just have one request. Next year, could the commission hear a report before it goes to council about how we did? And
Oh, sure.
that could be nice to know ahead of time.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, if there's no other comments, do I have a motion to note and file this report?
I move that we note and file the report.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, Commissioners Garpetian,
Yes.
Khan,
Yes.
Raupfogel,
Yes.
Sharkey,
Yes.
President Patrick.
Yes.
Thank you.
What is next, please?
Item 6B, reports for information only. At 1, Adult Recreation Center and Senior Programs Annual Report.
Hello.
Good afternoon, President Patrick, fellow commissioners. My name is Sabah Garabidian, Community Services Coordinator for the Community Services and Parks Department, and I work out of the Adult Recreation Center, and I'm responsible for senior programs, events, activities, excursions, and anything else that comes up. I'm going to talk about the Adult Recreation Center, the facility operations, and citywide senior programs. The Adult Recreation Center is approaching its second anniversary of its grand opening. That's coming up in August. All phases of construction are now complete, including the Tai Chi Garden and Park, the passive green space that we have next to the facility. It's open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and on Sundays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for lunch only. The facility features an upper and lower courtyard, a dining hall, a TV lounge, exercise room, billiards and game room, multi-purpose room, an activity room, 2 counseling offices, which are used by volunteer peer counselors and pathfinders during the day, and are available for Glendale Police Department for use in the afternoons and evenings, providing a significant safety and security benefit to the facility. The occupancy numbers you see here in the chart are what we consider the best suitable numbers for that room, given the way the setup is in that room. The lounge is a space used to watch TV in the mornings, to read a book in the afternoons. Some community groups have like a special screening of a blockbuster that recently came out on DVD. So the TV room is a good place for that. Dining hall A and B are used quite often throughout the day. From 8 to 10, you could see a picture of Dining Hall A and B. From 8 to 10 a.m., it's where we have our exercise classes. From 10 to 1, it is our dining hall. And then from 1 o'clock in the afternoon on, it either is host to pickleball or table tennis, our senior mixer, or our line dancing class. Here we see a picture of our activity room. It's a small classroom or meeting room. It's ideal for our lip reading class and our film appreciation class. Then we have our multi-purpose room, where we have our drop-in cards and backgammon, dominoes, chess, bingo, and karaoke. It is also our ESL classroom, computer classroom, and art classroom. And the multi-purpose rooms also host the yoga and health and wellness classes. It can accommodate up to 100 people when the room is open. There is a partition that's usually closed. That way we could get more use out of the space. Moving on, here we see our game room, which is utilized every day from open to close from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It features 4 billiards tables, a shuffleboard, and a dartboard. And it's in this billiards room where our seniors come and play and practice. And this year, I'm happy to announce that we're going to have 16 seniors participating in the Senior Olympics, organized by the Pasadena Senior Center, and that's taking place on June 9. So 16 of our participants that play billiards on a daily basis will be participating in the Olympics. And as you guys know, we usually medal in each age category, so that's going to be fun. And then we have our exercise room. It's on demand from open to close. There's 1 staff person dedicated to supervise the room, make sure everybody has a liability card, they sign in, they don't go over on the amount of time we've allotted for the machines. And most importantly, they're there to respond for any safety issues that may arise. It features 2 elliptical machines, 2 treadmills, 2 stationary bikes, and an assortment of weight machines, a free bench, and dumbbell rack. And of course, the cardio machines have iPod integration, and you could listen to your music through the TV screen on the machine itself. Moving on, we have the upper and lower courtyard. The upper courtyard is mainly for people to relax, read a book, one-on-one conversations, small groups. The lower courtyard, with its 14 tables and umbrellas, serves as an additional space for people to play cards, backgammon, dominoes, etc. Both these facilities are high in demand when it comes to people walking in and wanting to rent. They just love how beautiful it is out there and how nice and well maintained it is. So usually parties, outdoor parties, these are the places where they'll take place. And moving on, we're going to go into senior programs and events. The senior recreation program and services at the City of Glendale are predominantly out of the Adult Recreation Center, but they're offered at all of our community centers, Maple Park Community Center, Spar Heights Community Center, and the Pacific Community Center. And all programs are designed to provide an ongoing involvement in recreational, social, health, and wellness and educational opportunities. And the first thing that we talk about when we talk about senior programs is our lunchtime celebrations. Here we see some pictures from Christmas, from Easter, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. And our lunchtime celebrations are an integral part of our citywide senior programs. It engages our participants to socialize together, to be active. It gives them something to look forward to, not just come to lunch, eat, and leave. Next, we have the 90 Plus celebration. That's our most noteworthy, special, look forward to lunchtime program. This year, we're going to be honoring 29 seniors who have reached the age 90 milestone. Participants will receive a little treat to take home, along with certificates or proclamations from elected officials. This year, Caremore was kind enough to donate the treats. We are going to send home with each honoree. And Goody Girls Cupcakes prepared one of their winning cupcakes on Food Network's show Cupcake Wars, and we are thankful for Caremore and Goody Girls to be providing that winning cupcake to us, and there's a little treat coming around as we speak. And of course, ARC tradition, we serve dessert first, so 4 days ahead, but here's dessert. And then to continue our drop-in programs at our community centers, there's numerous programs which allows us to attract a diverse community. One of the most popular programs is our Senior Mixer. It takes place on Thursday afternoons from 2 to 5. It gets over 95 participants each week. They come and they enjoy live music and they dance for 3 hours straight. The numbers that you see here are listed as the numbers listed are an average, but these numbers are really consistent. We don't see too much fluctuation up or down, so it's pretty accurate. Anytime you show up, that's how many people you'll see. And here you see some pictures of our drop-in backgammon, dominoes. There's a picture of the Senior Mixer and table tennis. In addition to these, we have pickleball. That takes place every Tuesday afternoon. We have our line dancing class, which is taught by one of our volunteers. She's been line dancing for years, so she was willing to, teach line dancing to our participants. And then moving on from there, in collaboration with Glendale Memorial Hospital, we're offering senior excursions. And senior excursions have been very successful in the last 9 months or so because we're advertising to a larger community between Glendale Memorial and our participants. And the beauty is Glendale Memorial is basically doing most of the organizing for us. They're paying for the trips. The participants pay for the entire cost of the trip, and Glendale Memorial takes care of that on the back end, organizing the trip, paying the company. And it's worked out for us because our seniors could still participate and get picked up from Spar Heights Community Center and the Adult Recreation Center. So it's really convenient for them too. They don't need to get familiar with a new facility. Then we also offer daily counseling. We have volunteer peer counselors that come. They're available by appointment. We offer notary services, legal assistance through Bethzetic. And we have a notary that comes by appointment only once a month. And coming back to Bethzetic, they take care of living trusts, rental issues, small claims, and more. We sell bus passes and Beeline passes at the Adult Recreation Center, Maple Park, Pacific, and Spar Heights. Over 700 Metro tap cards are reloaded, and over 100 Beeline passes are sold on a monthly basis. We offer health screenings at least twice a month at our facilities, one of which is usually a blood pressure screening done with LA County Department of Public Health. The other one is through Caremore Insurance Company, and it includes such things as carotid artery, pulse oximetry, bone density, spine curvature, glucose, cholesterol, body fat, and balance. In addition to the health screenings, we offer informational presentations on topics such as health risks of sodium to rich foods, home care services, insurance services, benefits of exercising, how to monitor and reduce risk of disease commonly associated with high blood pressure, hypertension.
I have a quick question about the health screening. Do they have to be a member of the ARC?
No, you don't have to be a member.
Get that screening done?
No, you do not. It's done during our meals program, and our meals program you don't have to be a member either. So it allows us for anybody to come in. And we have a monthly activity calendar that's available at the facility, and based on when those dates are, people could just show up, and there is no reservation or anything needed. So LA County shows up every third Wednesday of the month, for example, or Caremore, and LA County will show up the fourth Wednesday of the month. They just come in at 10:15 when the dining hall opens, and they could participate in the screening. There are some screenings that take longer, like the bone density and the carotid artery, where we might ask for reservations and name in advance. but most of them you don't have to be a member. None of them you have to be a member for. So they're
This
always
is-
available,
And this is free of charge.
free of charge.
Thank you.
And then moving on, we have our drop-in exercise classes, muscle toning, aerobics, tai chi, Zumba, slow stretch, yoga. Most all of these classes are full, especially the aerobics and the muscle toning. They're really popular at both our facilities, all three facilities, excuse me. Here's some pictures of the exercise class. That has 52 people in it. It's muscle toning with weights, and the chairs are out. And then the next picture you see is our strength and wellness class, which is a combination of yoga and tai chi and different exercises all combined into one to help them with their balance and strength and mobility. Classes through Glendale Community College. Our community centers, in collaboration with Glendale College, offer free classes to the senior population. We basically provide the space and the visual aids they need to have that classroom. So here you see ESL, lip reading, diet and nutrition, film appreciation, intro to computers, internet and email, integrated technology. And the last three take place at the Adult Recreation Center. We have eight laptops that come out. The class is 3 hours long, or 4 hours long, pardon me. And every day that they have a class, either a Tuesday or a Thursday, those laptops get set up, the class takes place, the laptops get put away, and then we get ready for the next event. And basically, we have 3 people per computer, so that class is always full, always in demand. Additional classes that we offer at our facilities are sketching, memoir and me, quilt making, ancient civilizations, art, quality of life, contemporary world problems, simple life, diet and nutrition. And all of these classes are free. We just ask participants to sign up through Glendale Community College. Moving on, I already mentioned some community collaborations like CareMore. These are all the organizations that we collaborate with. D.D. Hirsch is one that we recently started working with. And with D.D. Hirsch, we're offering a knit and chat session where participants knit, they offer coffee and some cupcakes, and they talk about some issues that they may be facing during that group setting. Additional organizations here, we have the Easter Seals, Beth Zedek, LA County and its various departments, PATH Ventures, Glendale Memorial Hospital, Glendale Adventist Hospital, so quite a bit. And we're always looking for more. Next, volunteers. We have 12 active volunteers that assist us with citywide senior programs. Our volunteers answer the phones, provide customer service, file, escort during excursions, and serve meals. We also utilize our volunteers for hobbies and we utilize their hobbies and talents to provide additional classes, like I was mentioning, the drop-in line dancing class that we have on Tuesdays. So we try to make best use of them, and they help us out tremendously. They are our biggest asset. And moving on, there's 3 more slides left. Fiscal impact. So here we see ARC facility operations in the general fund. Total expenditures, it was $270,405.60. And we see general fund expenditures for ARC center-based programs, which was $5,909.81. Here we see the revenue account for ARC, and basically the $17,370 you see there are in the form of 12 adult gym memberships, 42 adult activity cards, 156 senior gym memberships, and 756 senior activity cards that have been sold at our facility. And then you see the salaries and benefits, maintenance and operating is $6,871 for a net profit loss of $47,826 in our enterprise account. Second to last slide is our citywide senior programs, and here we see total expenditure of $176,567. And that concludes my presentation, if anybody has any questions.
Questions, comments?
I'll ask my questions.
Commissioner Vogel.
A couple of questions. One, to take part in the activities, what are the age requirements?
To get an activity card, it's 18 and over. It's $25 for adults, $10 for seniors, 60 plus. Most everything in the facility needs an activity card. If you want to participate in billiards or pickleball or table tennis, you do not need an activity card if you're there for lunch and lunch alone, because that is a county program and we are not allowed to ask for a membership. And that $25 or $10 fee will basically get in for the year. And then there is the additional gym membership, which is $50 for seniors for 1 year, and then $80 for adults. And that gives you access to the exercise room, to the gym.
And where do some of the trips go?
We just went to the California Strawberry Festival. We have Winemaker for a Day coming up towards the end of August, where no more than 40 people could participate. 20 people at a time get to bottle their own wine. We've done trips to San Diego by land and sea. We've done trips to Santa Barbara. Glendale Memorial is offering a free trip to San Manuel, Indian Casino, Bingo and Casino, that's what it's called. So the areas out in the area that they could travel no more than 2 hours is what we look for in excursions. Nothing they could take the bus to or drive over to, because then it'll be too close and it loses popularity because they could just go there on their own. There's one coming up to the California Science Center in downtown, Cleopatra exhibit and IMAX, and that should be a very interesting one. And in June 21, I believe, Luck and Lavender, San Diego, Carlsbad, that area, Oceanside, Lavender Farms, and then Ocean View or Valley View Casino.
And they're all one-day trips, correct?
They're all one-day trips. We don't do overnight.
And lastly, is there any equipment that if somebody wanted to donate a new laptop or a used laptop or maybe a Wii that you can use, is there a way that people can do that?
I would have to defer to our admin office, but yeah, most definitely. We had somebody donate a trunk full of records, old vinyl records, and a player. We just took it off, and basically we ended up not being able to utilize it at our facility for worry that the needle would break on the record player, the vinyl, some of it's not worth anything, they might get stolen. So basically we asked somebody to come and check it out. They were able to provide us some money. I think it was like $40. And we donated that to our meals program. So we have people drop off. Obviously, we'd like to be able to utilize them as opposed to just holding on to them and not knowing what to do with them. But definitely there's opportunities. Laptops are nice for our computer classes. We have a Wii. We're always looking for more games. So if GameStop's not offering a good price on a used game, bring it over to us. We'll use it.
Commissioner Khan.
The Adult Recreation Center is our newest and probably most beautiful facility. I mean, I don't go there a lot. I drive by it a lot, though, and I see it's well used. When I saw your numbers up there in terms of facility rental, I thought it was a little low. Is it because there was partially under construction in terms of the lawn, or is it because there's so many people there all the time using it, or why is that?
The second one is more correct. There's so many people there. We try to make sure that our rentals don't impact our programs, but we understand that we need to make money as well. So we minimize the impact of the existing programming that takes place at the facility. The other thing that we've realized is whoever that walks into the facility says, I never knew about this place. That's pretty common. Just last week we started running an ad in the Tolucan Times trying to get more people to want to rent the facility. I know that some of our commissioners have brought by people to show off the facility, so that always helps. But in terms of marketing the facility in itself, we're not that well known. And when they come in, they say it's beautiful, people come for other events, so we start collecting a lot more people through that method. But anybody that's walking by, because of the amount of people that they see going in or the type of people they see going in, they automatically don't associate it's available for birthdays, weddings, parties, whatever the case may be.
So we need to get the word out then.
We need to definitely get the word out.
Thanks.
Okay.
I might add, I hope it's still going through, but I did go in with a friend, and she was so impressed. She rented for a Sunday in August for $800. So, yeah, she was impressed with staff too. So.
Thank you.
Anyway, it's out there.
It's a wonderful facility, and thank you for this
No
report.
problem. Thank you.
Hope
Sorry it
lots
was
of
so
people
long,
are
but-
watching us so that they can see how many wonderful things are going on there.
Thank
Good
you.
report.
So much. Okay, what is next?
Next is item 6B2, Spar Heights Community Center Annual Report.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Good afternoon, President Patrick, Commissioners and staff. I'm Maggie Kavarian, Community Services Supervisor overseeing Spar Heights Community Center. Spar Heights Community Center is located at 1613 Glencoe Way in Glendale. Open Monday through Friday for the community, Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Wednesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 6, and Fridays from 8 to 3. Saturdays and Sundays we close for rentals. Spar Heights Community Center was remodeled in 2004 and has over 4,500 square feet of space. Our most popular room and our largest room is the Verdugo room, which is 1,200 square feet, including a stage. That room is the setting for many of our major programs: Senior Nutritional Meals Program, Major Rentals, Lifelong Learning classes are all held here. When we have rentals here, we can hold up to 100 to 120 people. Our garden room is 870 square feet and is used for our exercise programs such as Tai Chi and muscle toning, our children's classes, our day camps, our lifelong learning classes, and our senior programs as well. It's also rented out for meetings and can hold from 30 to 40 people. Our outdoor patio area is a beautiful setting for the community to enjoy during the week and has over 1,800 square feet of space for rentals. Usually we have baby showers, bridal showers, and recently we had a wedding reception here not too long ago. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have exercise and muscle toning classes at Spar Heights, and that holds 40 to 45 seniors attending. It's a certified instructor providing a wonderful program to get fit, increase energy, strength, and bone density. Tai Chi is known to help seniors with balance and gait issues, as well as having a calming effect to reduce stress and tension. And our classes are held on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays as well, from 8:30 to 9:30. We also have about 40 to 45 participants in this program. Thursday afternoons are sitting and knitting time at Spar Heights. Our group of up to about 20 ladies knit one and purl two as they enjoy creating lovely scarves, sweaters, and different craft items. We have a drop-in activities program, which is billiards, complete with 2 pool tables, and is open to the public Monday through Friday to enjoy during our operating hours. Every Wednesday at 12:30, Spar Heights hosts bingo right after lunch with up to 50 participants trying their luck at bingo, and at $1 a card. Thursday mornings from 8 to 11, our garden room hosts the wood carving group, who ask you to bring in your favorite tools, create a work of art, and enjoy companionship of like-minded folks. On Mondays and Wednesday afternoons, our bridge club gathers and enjoys the Spar Heights lounge area for a game of bridge. I think you'll enjoy this one, Commissioner Patrick. President
This one looks
Patrick.
very good.
This year we began the Spar Heights Book Club, which meets every 4th Thursday of the month and is a collaboration with the Parks and Library. 4 months in, and these are the few selections already chosen by our avid readers. Spartacular Day Camps. Spar Heights offers day camp opportunities in the spring, summer, and winter breaks. Our camps coincide with the Glendale Unified School District calendar, offering many activities, games, crafts, and fun for children ages 5 years to 12. Up to 45 kids participate in our day camps program every week. Glendale Community College classes are offered at Spar Heights that are lifelong learning classes, and this one is just one example. This is the quilting class that meets on Thursday afternoons. Our other lifelong learning class through Glendale Community College is the watercolor class, and it's offered to beginners and advanced students for the opportunity to create their work of art and to experiment and practice to gain mastery of watercolor technique. Our City of Glendale also offers lifelong learning programs such as karate. Our karate class is open to students ages 5 to 17 on Monday afternoons between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. We can register online or at Spar Heights Community Center right before the class begins. Karate teaches focus, leadership skills, self-discipline, and self-confidence. The popular belly dancing class on Thursday evenings from 5 to 6 builds strength, grace, and balance through muscle isolation work and low-impact aerobic activity. It is at the beginner's level. Spar Heights Community Center, Monday through Friday mornings, has many seniors in attendance, and with that comes presentations. We schedule presentations and in-services to educate and inform our aging community. Wise and Healthy Aging, Humana are just a couple of the agencies that come. Spar Heights on weekends is a popular location for rentals. Very popular for our Verdugo room, and we wanted to show you a setup of what our facility attendants had done for a wedding we recently had. In the evenings, we have community meetings at Spar Heights Community Center. And it's a perfect setting for such meetings as Glendale Police Department's Neighborhood Watch meetings, Public Works Community Week meetings, and Glendale Water and Power meetings as well. From January through April, AARP offers free tracks prep at Spar Heights to citizens in our community, a very, very popular service with time slots taken up quite quickly. And in October, AARP also offers driver safety training classes as well. Along with all these programs, we have the Senior Nutritional Meals Program at Spar Heights that have between 30 and 60 seniors in attendance daily. We have a lot of special events that Sevag had mentioned, so we wanted to show you some pictures of Spar's special events. This is Halloween at Spar, Thanksgiving. This is our tree lighting at Spar Heights, our Christmas lunch with our carolers. We had New Year's with celebrators young and old. Valentine's Day. Humana had sponsored Valentine's Day and brought us a magician for the seniors. St. Patrick's Day. Springtime at Spar. And that's the end of our presentation. If you have any questions.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Yes, I have a quick question. How in demand is your billiard room? Because I know the one in ARC, there's a big competition. I was there a couple of times. I didn't dare to even participate in playing against these gentlemen over there. They're pros.
Gee, I get asked.
I think you'll have better luck at Spar. We have 2 billiards tables,
right,
and we have about 8 to 10 gentlemen attend. And we have actually 2 ladies that play as well,
Right.
Monday through Friday. So you are more than welcome to come and join
Yeah,
them.
I can
They're very
practice my
open.
shots a little bit and then go graduate in ARC.
Sounds like they can make room for you.
Great, great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very nice presentation, and again, so much is going on. I hope lots of people are watching so they can hear about it. Thank you so much. And what is next?
Item 6B3 is monthly activity reports at A, Human Services.
I'm Maggie Caverian, the City of Glendale Senior Services Section. I'll be introducing the Senior Services Programs, President Patrick, Commissioners, and staff.
Just a moment.
What I wanted to do was start out with some census results that were just given to us, just so I could set the stage of what's happening in the senior services programs. We have 21% of Glendale's population being 60 years and older. We notice that's a huge jump from the national average of 14%, as well as the fact that due to economic conditions and the downturn, that we're seeing a rise in need for the Elderly Nutritional Meals Program, case management, and home-delivered meals, as well as housing. 25.7% of our population around the Adult Recreation Center is 62 years and older, and we know that that's just a huge increase. As well as our program, our Elderly Nutritional Meals Program, providing over 3,000 more meals. This is from last month, so I know now it's over 3,000 meals that we're providing over our contracted amount. The 2012 homeless point in time count revealed an 87% increase in the homeless senior population, and that concerns us as well. These numbers reflect what we've already known all along. The aging population is continuing to grow. And on that note, I'd like to present our 3 programs that we provide to seniors in our community, which is senior case management, home-delivered meals, and congregate meals. Our case management program has 2 caseworkers who speak Spanish and Armenian and provide comprehensive in-home assessments, care planning, and monitoring for at-risk seniors, as well as providing information and referral services. Our referrals come from a multitude of agencies within the city departments and from other sources, such as senior volunteers, local area hospitals, Alzheimer's Association, neighbors, and landlords. Our case managers assist seniors with very complex issues and help them solve issues like hoarding, cleaning, transportation, benefits enrollment, utility assistance. This is just one particular case. There are so many out there. Currently, our case managers have already served over 40 unduplicated case management clients and provided information and referral to over 220 seniors to date. Our home delivered meals program, we're especially proud of this program. It serves to help seniors 60 years and older with a week's worth of nutrition, and these seniors are the type that are shut in, unable to shop or leave their homes. Our meals provide a third of the daily recommended nutrition, and here's an example of one of our meals our driver delivers, and the program recommends just a suggested donation of $2.50 per meal. Each client's meals are frozen and individually placed in ice coolers until the moment of delivery. The driver unwraps the food items, stores them in the refrigerator and freezer, and usually this driver is the only person that senior sees all week long. Because home delivered meals clients don't have the opportunity to get out, we provide birthday balloons, events, we send out cards for Thanksgiving and at Christmas time, just to keep them engaged and involved. Before our clients are put on the program, our case managers conduct a home visit, check the working condition of the refrigerator and freezer, and make all necessary referrals. Part of the home delivered meals program includes the telephone reassurance weekly well-being checkup, which is done by one of our case managers. We've also provided seniors with microwave ovens because we want them to be safe, and we feel that microwave ovens are a safer way to heat up their meals, their frozen meals. Our Thanksgiving food drive this year was a major success. We have staff here that set up donation boxes all around city buildings in November and collected by all our city staff throughout the month of November from senior services and youth and family staff. Our section was able to sort, bag, and prep 60 bags of groceries to needy seniors in our community. Every year we collaborate with Home Instead Senior Care for our Santa to a Senior program. We've delivered over 50 presents to seniors all throughout the community that are needy, and just basic supplies like blankets, socks, things like that, nothing outrageous or extravagant. This program is truly the highlight of the year for the client. Here we have our Congregate Meals program. Our Congregate Meals program has been in operation since 1979, serving seniors a hot, nutritious meal and engaging them in a social setting. What we did this year was we crunched the numbers and estimated that over 1,400,000 hot meals have been served by city staff since 1979. Since we've been in operation. Our Adult Recreation Center is our hub. It's the state-of-the-art kitchen that our catering company works out of. They prep meals for 90 to 115 seniors a day, as well as transport meals to the other 2 facilities. We're the only agency in all of LA County that serves meals 7 days a week. Our Heights Community Center has meals, Spar Heights Community Center has meals served Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 and serves between 35 and 50 meals a day. to our seniors in North Glendale, Montrose, La Crescenta, and Verdugo City. Pacific Park Community Center also provides meals to our seniors in the South Glendale area Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Again, it's a suggested donation of $2.50 for seniors to congregate and enjoy. And here's a picture of a complete congregate meal. Again, 1/3 of the daily recommended allowance.
And is the price the same if you deliver to their home as well?
Yes, the suggested donation is $2.50 for home delivered and for congregate meals. Okay, questions now?
Questions, comments?
Great program.
That's amazing.
Fabulous.
You mentioned in one of the slides that you have a home in-health assistance, in-home health assistance. How does that work?
We actually refer to home health. We don't have a home health assistance. We have case managers that go to the home and do a comprehensive case home assessment.
Assessment. And then you refer them to
To a health agency, healthcare agency.
healthcare agencies. Okay. And these are like hospices and home
Just
health care
depends on what
businesses.
their needs are. Yeah.
I got it. Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Cohen?
I had a question about, you mentioned that you serve meals at Pacific Park on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Is it from a budgetary perspective that you don't do Tuesdays, Thursdays, or is it just not that big of a demand, or what is it?
It's actually not that big of a demand, but the demand is there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays due to Pacific Park having a senior, I think they have an exercise program right before that, and those seniors prefer to have a nice lunch before they leave.
Okay, thank you very much. Great programs. Thank you.
Amen.
What is next?
Item 6B3B, Park Planning and Development.
President Patrick, members of the Commission, as promised last time, we are excited to present two design firms that will be recommended to the City Council for two upcoming projects. And I have the pleasure of two of our project managers presenting their projects respectively. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commission members and President Patrick. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My name is Adriana Golnazarian. I'm here to report on the Maple Park site improvements project. As some of you know, Maple Park was revitalized last year as part of the project that we did. It completed last year. And now we have funding to improve the site. The project involves mostly site improvements. As part of this effort, we interviewed 6 finalist teams in April, and the consultant team of Narduli Studio with Catherine Spitz and Alan Malikian, they were recommended by staff to take on the design services. Council is anticipated to award the contract tomorrow, actually. They moved up our council date. We anticipate that the notice to proceed will be in June of 2012, and construction documents completed in January of 2013. We anticipate that the project will be bid in February of 2013 and begin construction June of 2013 and hopefully completed in September of 2013. This is an existing site plan that shows the addition that we completed last year as part of the renovation of the building. As I mentioned before, Narduli Studio has been recommended to help us with the design services, and this is a project that they had completed as a previous experience. This is the Children's Reading Circle that is located in San Gabriel. And I would like to, at this point, introduce to you Narduli Studios. This is Susan Narduli of Narduli Studio.
I have a question before she starts. You mentioned 3 different names. It's a team effort.
Yes, that's correct. Maybe you can help us with that.
Nardulli Studio is a full-service architectural firm, and we have Catherine Spitz Associates as landscape architect, and Malikian and Associates to head up production. So it's a team. We've all worked together before.
This slide shows a previous project completed by Catherine Spitz Associates, who's the landscape architect for this project, or who's we even interviewed them for our Maple Park project. This is another one of examples of Nardulli Studio projects, and it's located. Is it in San Francisco?
No, this is in Manhattan Beach. It's the Metlocks public plazas that link the commercial area of Manhattan Beach to the Civic Center. It's a series of public spaces and fountains that we did for the city.
Up next is the Pacific Park artificial turf, and Shahan Begumian of our department is here to present to you for that project. Before, I guess, we begin, if there are any questions, we would like to answer any questions that you may have.
Questions?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Exciting project.
Sure. Good afternoon, Commissioners, President Patrick. My name is Shahan Begumian. I'm the project manager for Pacific Park Turf Project at Edison Elementary School campus. We interviewed 5 finalists last month. We are scheduled to go to City Council tomorrow afternoon to recommend David Bowles to provide design, construction, and administration for this project. And that's the site that, as you can see, an aerial view of the soccer field that we have right now. The schedule, we are going to start the design in end of June. We will complete the construction documents by January of next year. We will beat the project in February of 2013. We will start construction on June of 2013, and hopefully we'll finish it on time and on the budget by August of next year. Next couple of slides, it shows some of the project that David Bowles has done previously in the last couple of years. This one is the soccer field at Bell Gardens. They just finished a football field at Westlake High School in Pasadena. Then this is a soccer field at Bell Gardens Sports Park. I have David here. If you have any questions you want to ask from him or me, I'll be more than glad to answer.
Any questions?
The area that we're putting in the artificial turf, how's that being used now?
Well,
if I may answer that, it's currently a natural turf. It's part of the Pacific Edison school site, and we have a hard time keeping it green because of its wear and tear and the high level of usage. The school uses it during the school day, and in the evenings, the community, it's one of those that's not necessarily available for, it's available for adult teams and non-AYSO teams. And we're excited that with the artificial turf, we're going to extend the life of the facility and also provide the necessary separation from the school that we currently suffer from in terms of security, and just providing appropriate separation of the public users from the rest of the school campus.
Is summer really the best time to have that field out of service, or is it maybe the only time?
It's an excellent question, Commissioner, and this is a tentative schedule, not knowing the exact schedule. We will clearly coordinate with the school, given that we will be on their campus, and we have to be cognizant of impacting their rec facility, and also trying to get an understanding ONIC left, but also because it is also a rental facility, we have to balance both uses and figure out what's the best time to close the field for probably a period of 3-4 months to complete construction.
Commissioner Garpetian.
Yes, the material that we're going to use, the artificial turf, is it the same kind of material as we have in sports complex?
Probably, yes, sir.
It's pretty much the same?
Because it worked out pretty good for us.
Right.
We've been using it for about almost 6 years now. I was the project manager for that project, too.
That's
so-
why it's still there and it's a functional project.
Dedication.
That's it.
If I may add, this RFP was a reflection of how the design community is really interested in Glendale. These are simple yet exciting projects. We had 16 firms interested, and we had our urban designer, members of the community, and also our facility Onik, who just came back, sit on the selection and the interview panel. And it's difficult to really pick a consultant because they were all very compatible, and we feel very confident that who we will be recommending to City Council for selection tomorrow are the right people for this project. David Volz brings extensive technical knowledge of artificial turf installation and has worked with the Department of State Architect's Office when involving school district properties. And Narduli has also demonstrated amazing understanding of public projects and intimate park spaces, and that's what we're aiming for at the Maple Park site. So we're excited about taking these consultants along with your thoughts to the council for their consideration and jumping into work the following day.
I like the jumping into work the following day.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Are you guys ready for that? Okay. Any other comments or questions?
I just had a comment. Thank you for waiting so long, but very impressive. We're delighted to have you.
Yes, and I too want to thank you both for coming in and being here for the presentation. It's nice to put faces with the names. Thanks a lot.
I just have one last question. Do we have special hurdles to cross on this project because it's on school property, or we're partnering with the schools, as opposed to if we were doing it at Verdugo Park, which is not a school property?
I wouldn't say special hurdles. They don't make the project unnecessarily complicated, but it's another agency other than our own building and safety. By law, our building and safety doesn't have jurisdiction over a school facility. Given that this is a joint use, we will be coordinating with both agencies in terms of code compliance and making sure that we are also following the state guidelines for school campuses. But we're hoping that we're going to stick to the schedule and deliver on time, as we have in the past.
We'll have it done by August of next year.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. And what is next?
Next, we have 6B3C, Park Services.
President Patrick and Commissioners, my name is Gary Morello. I'm the Park Services Administrator for the city. Basically, summer has gotten here. I think we missed spring completely. We're out doing ball fields maintenance right away, trying to keep the fields playable, safe, and green. You will notice, unfortunately, there's a lot of dry turf out in the parks right now. We were watering to a degree of just on the line, and we've had a little bit of rain only. We have a low water table, and it only took a few days for the weather to get hot. So managing the water as best we can. They are now all the clocks being turned back on, and within the next 7 to 10 days, there should be a marked turnaround of the green that everyone is expecting to have in Glendale parks. But Mother Nature didn't cooperate too much with us this year, so we had to turn the water back on earlier than we did last year. But anyway, we're in full swing of reservation cleanings for reservations, maintenance of horticultural plants, and just trying to keep up with all the usage in the city that we have. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Commissioner Khan.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I noticed that out in the plaza area here where we had the sample turf,
Yes.
that you've now planted trees there,
Yes.
which look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can just go over to the other plaza, which is the Perkins Plaza, which is like a concrete field over there, it would be nice to see if we could plant some trees over there as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Since it's not my area of responsibility, I will talk with the administrator over at Public Works, but that is a very stark area, and it could use some greenery and greening up. The only problem is there's no irrigation underneath the ground. All those trees that were planted around the plaza that you've seen, they all have irrigation in them from previous design and build. So when they built the Perkins Plaza, they didn't do the same thing, and they made it for I think it was built for a gathering, a meeting area, that type of stuff, and to give you the openness where you could have large groups and large crowds, and they didn't necessarily want the trees in that area, but it could use some greenery. But again, I can mention that to the Public Works Administrator and see what he says.
That'd be great if you could.
Okay. I will do that.
Thanks.
Okay, any other comments, questions? All right, what is next?
Item 6B3D, Recreation and Community Services.
President Patrick, Commissioners, City Staff, Ross Ferris, Community Services and Parks Department. The Recreation section of the department is extremely busy right now. As Gary mentioned, it's hot. The parks are in full swing. We are extremely busy on the weekends, and we're supposed to be. So we're serving the community extremely well. Stengel Field, once again, is going to host the Glendale Angelinos. The opening day is May 29th, and they will be playing until August 26th. They will host 40 games, and they expect 100 to 200 fans per game, and the games begin at 6:30. The department is in the process of executing a renewal of the facility use agreement that they had with them last year, and the Angelinos are part of the Primo Foundation, a nonprofit corporation which owns and operates them as a baseball club for the Collegiate Summer Wooden Bat League. This actually is a terrific event for our community. If you love baseball, and most people do, it gives you a chance to see young people that are striving to actually get into the major leagues someday, and it gives them a chance to play. The Civic Auditorium had a good month. I think we're going to make our budget of revenue and parking for the year. The rest of May and June are busy. We have graduation events coming up, and we have several big events during the remainder of May. And as you can see, the customer service office is busy, as I mentioned. The leading park is Brand Park as far as the reservations, and followed closely by Verdugo Park. It's very interesting to watch the level of activity pick up almost immediately when the weather gets nice. People enjoy our parks. They like going to them. Gary does a terrific job with his crew of maintaining them, and it's going to be another great summer. By the way, the day camp registrations are well underway. The interest is once again terrific, and they will be filled very quickly. Any questions?
Can we just go back to the Angelinos for a minute?
Sure.
In your report, you say opening day is June 1st.
Yes, that's a mistake.
Okay, so we just want the public to
May,
know.
It's May 29th.
May 29th, okay.
Right.
Any other comments or questions? Commissioner Khan?
That same area, I remember when the gentleman came and spoke to us, one of the big selling points was this was going to be advertised. It was going to be shown on ESPN, and Glendale's name was going to get out. And now I read that the All-Star game is canceled and it's not going to be televised.
I can find out why. I don't know, to be quite frank with you. I do know that sometimes things are kind of late coming to fruition. I don't think that it's going to be a problem to attract people. I think they'll have a terrific season, and the games will be well attended. Whether ESPN will be there, I don't know. Getting ESPN to broadcast in smaller facilities, because I've been through this at the Civic Auditorium with the boxing, is a challenge. They, like any business, they kind of gravitate to the most money. And it is a challenge. However, Stengel Field is a great facility, and the Angelinos always have a good team.
Any other questions, comments? Commissioner Rottfogel?
You mentioned that they've been well attended. Do you have any idea what their attendance has been and where some of those people have come from?
The games, they get 100 to 200 people every game. As far as the attendance, most of it's local. They do get people coming from distant places that are fans of the opposing team, but for the most part, the audience is local.
President Patrick, Commissioners, if I may expand on what Mr. Ross is saying. My understanding is that the Angelinos Ball Club is in transition from one league to another league. So they in fact will not be having any televised games by ESPN nor come close to hosting the All-Star game as they did the first year. Their club had very ambitious plans, and they would probably say it's taken them a little bit longer than they had anticipated to really get their foot on hold and begin to grow their fan base. You know, well attended is a relative term. 100 to 200 fans, I guess to some people is a good crowd. Obviously, their intention is to draw larger crowds than that. And when Mr. Riviera comes and makes his next presentation, he'll probably say that that's still their goal and their intention. But in the meantime, it's taken a while for them to develop their fan base here. The good thing about it, and it's good for the local economy because teams do travel from far enough away that they have to stay in town for the weekend to play 2 or 3 weekend games. And so it's good for the local economy, and so you'll get their families coming out and traveling with the ball players to Glendale to watch the games. But it is a second year of a 5-year agreement, so it's a 5-year plan. The original plan is, and so we're hopeful that it will indeed begin to grow. The other good thing about the initial year, which was kind of a demonstration pilot year, as far as the impact to the area, there has been no negative impact, and we've gotten a pretty positive response from the residents in the area, which was one of our concerns. And if you recall, when we met last year, we talked about that, and so that's been good. So it's taken a while, but we're still hopeful.
I just want to make sure that if we put the time from the staff and the resources to getting the field together and allocate money for that as well, and then take a reduced rent based on certain thresholds, and we're not getting those thresholds, that we seriously evaluate that each year. So, but I appreciate the report.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is that all?
That's all. Item 7 is adjournment.
Okay. We are adjourned.